Hello and welcome to Claldini'S agency of Persuasion. I am Samruddhi Patel, your official tour guide for today. So let's start the tour with an itinerary. Our first stop will be a brief introduction to Cialdini's principles, followed by an overview of Cialdini's principles of liking and consensus. Later in the tour, we'll be looking at the adaptation of these principles within the media brands concerning the LGBTQI community and their influence. We'll take a quick pit stop looking at the examples that follow these principles, and at the end of the tour, we will be looking at the benefits of the same. But before we go any further, I would like to tell you that the highlight of this tour is that we will be focusing on how Cialdini, his principle of liking and social proof, helped brands influence and gain popularity during Pride months. So, are we ready? Here we go. Cialdini's reasons for drafting principles was that he believed that media influence plays an important role in persuasion. By telling the audience what is important and getting the audience sympathetic to your message before they can experience it is what he called persuasion. Thus, he came up with the following six principles: reciprocity, scarcity, authority, consistency, liking, and consensus. Out of the six, today we will be focusing on principles of liking and consensus in the context of their usage in Pride Month marketing and advertising. So, to add a little bit of color to Cialdini's principles and to add my favorite mood board, this mood board represents the participation of brands during Pride Month. Pride Month is an exclusive celebration of LGBTQI community, and it is also one of the peak periods for brands to influence their consumers and audiences through their marketing and advertising techniques. As we all know, media is growing into a more diverse and inclusive platform. Brands have taken it upon themselves to participate in this culture and also gain benefits from it. Thus, Pride Month is one of the branded holidays that I would like to call it for media to gain more popularity and create influence on audiences and consumers. But the question still remains: how do Pride Month celebrations and marketing relate to Cialdini's principle of liking and social proof? Here is how. According to Cialdini, the principle of liking states that we are more inclined to be influenced by people we like. If we like someone, we are more likely to do what they want or ask us to do. In simple terms, people prefer to say yes to those that they like. Thus, brands using Pride Month as an influencing factor to get people to like them is how the brands have inculcated Cialdini's principles. During a 2020 survey, 46% of respondents, adults, said that they supported companies partnering with LGBTQ celebrities. Among the LGBTQ respondents on the graph, you can see 74% supported the same cause. As per Forbes, after seeing such advertisements, 17% of respondents were likely to purchase from brands that were LGBTQ themed marketing or advertisements. 16% of respondents said that they recommend brands with LGBTQ themed marketing. Similarly, the principle of social proof states that people are especially likely to perform certain actions if they can relate to the people who performed the same actions before them. In a layman's language, even if before we do something, we analyze others and see what they are doing it before we do it ourselves. Thus, the principle of social proof has helped similar brands like Netflix, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, Facebook to be inclusive of Pride Months after analyzing that LGBTQI inclusivity can help them influence their audience and consumers. To back that up, in the graph next on your screen, according to the survey conducted in United States in May 2022, 31% of respondents said that they thought Google's displayed authenticity when supporting Pride Month. Similarly, 30% supported Netflix Pride Month support, and 28% respondents supported Facebook's Pride support, which all this leads to brand supporting inclusivity and celebrating Pride Month is related to getting more publicity. According to the graph given by Statista, LGBTQ respondents themselves stated that most brands align themselves with Pride Month to get more popularity and publicity. But how do principles of liking and social proof help these brands? According to a survey released in June 2022, conducted among the consumers in the United States, UK, Brazil, France, Germany, India, Italy, and Japan, it said that 45% of respondents said that brands should support Pride Month by educating people on LGBTQ issues and misconceptions. Along the same graph, it was followed that 39% of respondents said that brands should represent more accurate and positive representation of LGBTQ individuals. This all leads to that consumers want inclusivity in their marketing and advertising screens. According to Rich Ferrero, Chief Communications Officer at GLAD, he said the power in brands participating in Pride Month, and it's important for the employees and their consumers to see support for the community during the Pride Month, that is between June and July. But it can't just be during Pride Month, it has to be an year long effort. This clearly states that brands are aligning themselves to influence and gather more attention towards their brands through the use of Pride Month. Brands like Google and Netflix are one of the top tiers in those lists. Google is one of the brands that were appreciated for their authenticity in supporting and advertising at the LGBTQI community. Google has created spaces and platforms for businesses to support LGBTQ friendly small businesses, and also committed 4 million in cash for ad grants and tools and training for LGBTQ businesses which were affected during COVID-19 crisis. Netflix also is advocating LGBTQ community since 2015. Its banners Rainbow is the New Black, along with featured stories, series, and films on their platform, has been very well appreciated by consumers everywhere. Netflix made history by by releasing Single All the Way, a first Christmas film with gay romance, helped them create a positive media and create a good influence on the masses. Similarly, Amazon Music and Spotify have created inclusive platforms for LGBTQI creators and have dedicated separate playlists called Proud and Glow, which are an initiative to celebrate small, big content creators on their platforms, and also have programs which help them get the recognition that they need. In conclusion, I would like to say that Cialdini's principle of liking helps brand revise their marketing and PR strategies according to the preferences of the consumers and according to the market trends. The principle of social proof encourages positive change in similar brands to stay relevant to their consumers and audiences. Cialdini's principle of persuasion aids right and appropriate representation of a LGBTQI community in media and marketing. Apart from all of this, I would like to suggest Young Royals and Heartstoppers as Netflix shows to see why Netflix is gaining such a popularity over LGBTQI initiatives. Thank you.